Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast. This is our Hell in a Cell preview show where we are going to predict 4 matches as of right now for Hell in a Cell. It's ridiculous. Joining me tonight, Chucks, Will, and the returning Mr. Beans on Toast after a long hiatus. How's it going, man?
Hello. I've come back. I've come back to claim my title in less than 5 seconds.
Oh, is that right? Does that mean
that's what Brock did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm just worried about who's going to run out like now to make me piss me pants.
Not even joking. I was the show over here was on for whatever reason like a 1 hour delay, even though Raw is like on East Coast time, so I could just tune in at like 6 o'clock my time and just watch like 3 hours and all that stuff. So me and Mom were having dinner, and after we ate, I ended up taking a nap during the lumberjack match, and literally woke up to see Brock Lesnar F5 Kofi and just win the title in 5 seconds. Just in the nick of time. I was like, whoa. So, yeah, that was
I'm still sat here waiting for Austin to come out.
Yeah. Austin Undertaker. He was another one that was advertised and didn't show.
Undertaker apparently said on Instagram that he was told he wasn't needed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the thing is it was always going to be difficult because it's a 2-hour show, and like the amount of names that are listed, it were like, what on earth are you going to do?
And you can't very well have Undertaker sitting in the crowd watching the show, can you?
Yeah, when they said that they were going to have Goldberg on it, I didn't expect him to be sat in a suit next to Mark Henry at the front row.
I mean, there you go. Goldberg had a look on his face, like basically saying, like, just kind of. It told me after the Lesnar won the title in like 5 seconds. It just basically told me that he's like, yeah, I did that to Kevin Owens one time.
Yeah.
So,
He did that to Brock Lesnar once.
yeah, that's true.
He did.
Should we just get right into SmackDown and just talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
I didn't catch the pre-show, but I like the whole concept of the blue carpet.
There was a pre-show?
Yeah, like a half hour before it aired. Yeah, there was like a blue carpet sort of thing, and they interviewed.
We didn't get it, Beans.
Ah.
It was on Fox itself, so we didn't get it.
So,
Oh, we're getting screwed over as usual.
Yep.
Anyway.
What'd you guys think of the set? Starting off there.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I just like the fact that Raw and SmackDown have got new sets and they're both different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the skateboarding ramp on Raw, and then the brackets on SmackDown.
But I like the fact that the brackets thing was like a callback to the original SmackDown with like the discs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they might move because there's a picture from before the show started, and the kind of like not when the show was on, they were all kind of level. And whereas on when the picture was leaked on Twitter, I think before the show started, they were a bit further away from each other. So I think they might move at some point. Don't know when they might do that, but yeah, no, you're right, and it's good to see them having different sets. I didn't particularly like the Raw one because you could clearly see the gap in between where it's supposed to join.
Yeah. I thought it was like a weird trap door sort of thing, but yeah, it looks tacky. Like I don't understand why it's like a ramp all conjoined as like one element.
Yeah.
The SmackDown
And it was
one,
made. They were both made all the better by Pyro as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
The SmackDown one looked absolutely massive. Like it looks like a Hall of Fame sort of thing.
Yeah.
I like the fact as well, and I don't know if I only seem to notice it during Shane's entrance, and I think it probably just because it just caught my eye. But he had like the TNA laser effect on his entrance as well, coming out of the brackets.
Yeah, a few of them had lasers. It wasn't always noticeable, but yeah, it was noticeable on his.
And I thought it was quite nice. And the as much as I crack on the augmented reality thing that they normally do, I thought it was a nice mixture between that and the pyro for.
Yeah, they did it quite well actually on last night. Usually they ruin it, but the kind of things you were doing last night, it's kind of what it tripped before, really.
Yeah.
Coming up graphics, things like that. It looked pretty good.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Yeah, no,
it's Chuck's here, by the way.
Yeah, is he? Yeah, where do you go?
He hasn't said anything since we started.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I've been waiting for that.
Wait, I have to know. Is that an orange vanilla Coke?
No. Unfortunately not. It's just a regular.
Because I have one of those. Hey, look at that.
Hey!
Hang on.
Oh.
Hang on.
Oh,
Hey.
Wait a minute. I thought you had coffee.
I've got both.
Oh.
I told you.
Sound like a really difficult open.
It was because I put moisturiser on my hands, and when I went to open the can, I struggled.
Add a little aloe vera to your drink now.
So what have you got? Coffee and what?
A can of Pepsi.
Aloe vera Pepsi. There you go.
Aloe vera Pepsi.
Nice.
All of it's got caffeine in.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Either way, you're going to be awake for 6 hours. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I might fall asleep in the middle of this and then wake up just as we're finished and then be up for the rest of the bleeding night.
Yeah, the set was pretty cool. It was great to see Vince and just, well, I guess Steph to a degree, kick off the show.
What have you got against that?
I don't know.
No, I'm with Smoot on this. There was a bit of me that saw Steph and just went, oh no, she's going to come out and do that Monday Night Raw thing, but do a SmackDown version.
Yeah. But instead it was, just her introducing Vince, which I was fine. I was fine with. It was just Michael Cole and Corey Graves, a two-man booth. That was also pretty cool.
Mm.
And the show started off with Becky Lynch, followed by King Corbin trying to interrupt her, and then The Rock just absolutely burying the hell out of Corbin, if you ask me. They tried to call him a super tough dude, which is just an STD, which I don't think is going to catch on. Even though they're trying to go for it. Then eventually that led into a match between Becky and Charlotte going up against Bayley and Sasha, where Sasha ended up getting busted open near the end of it.
Yeah, she didn't look too happy about that.
No. Yeah. Let's see what else here. Then we had, Aaron Andrews in the backstage area interviewing Kofi Kingston, saying that Kofi was challenging for Brock Lesnar's match or something like that, which was just absolutely awful. I assume she's just a one-off thing. And then they got a shot of, Tyson Fury in the front row. I've never heard of this guy, by the way. But apparently
Really?
he's an undefeated heavyweight boxer, yeah.
Oh, he's been beaten.
Not according to the graphic, Beans.
Actually, has he been beaten?
No, I don't think he has, because he vacated his titles when he had about 4 belts and he vacated them all.
Yeah, see?
No, let's be right. He
Raw
was
with Wilder.
he was stripped of his championship, seeing as
Was he stripped? I didn't know.
Seeing as he was found positive for taking cocaine.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That just makes it even sillier that Braun Strowman's challenging this guy.
To be fair to him, he has come back and he's kind of.
Yeah, I am ragging on him. He's a bit. He's grown on me a little bit, but he's always irritated me.
I just like how he calls everyone a dosser. It's a real northern insult.
Oh God, can you imagine the promos now between him and Braun Strowman?
He was shouting it on last night. He kept, "You big dosser."
God. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like him, and I'm the same. He's kind of grown on me the last couple of fights he's had. I mean, he's if you ever seen some of the pre-fight stuff he's done, he's made for WWE.
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
I've said for a while, if he didn't this comeback he had in boxing the last year or so, if it didn't go well for him, he was going to end up in wrestling at some point. So I'm surprised it's happening now, actually, because he's got a fight next year, hasn't he? Already scheduled for February, I think it is.
Probably.
Something like
I'm
that.
not kept up to date with it, really.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a fight for a world title. I think he's going against Wilder in February.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm surprised that he's doing WWE now. I thought he'd wait till he's finished boxing, but I'm guessing he can probably do a bit of light work with them.
And then after that, we had Seth Rollins come out, and then Bray Wyatt interrupted him with a Firefly Funhouse promo, where pretty much he was just making light of the aspect that he's pretty much going to murder the shit out of Seth this Sunday. And the one line where he said, "You know, Seth, history has a horrible way of repeating itself," which made me immediately think of the hologram win against Dean Ambrose.
That wasn't him, was it?
No.
That was Seth Rollins beat him.
Seth
He was
Rollins,
the hologram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, Bray Wyatt somewhere with the holograms just going to distract Rollins, and he's going to get the win off of it. And then...
yeah, it's as good a finish as any.
If the Fiend needs a hologram, and dear Lord.
And then they go to break, then they come out of commercial, and Hulk Hogan's just randomly hugging The Rock's mom ringside and meeting up with Ric Flair, which had to be the most
Let me find a black person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was what we were all thinking when we saw him hugging.
Yeah, like this had to be the most minimal appearance of like a Hulk Hogan like on camera thing ever.
It's true. You got like the jobber entrance. He was just kind of there.
Yeah, him and Flair.
And then he would just cut away and never mentioned again.
Yeah.
I didn't know Hogan could be that low key.
Right? It was great. So Rollins faced Shinsuke Nakamura in a match. It was very short. Eventually, the Fiend showed up, and then he tossed Rollins off from the stage onto like a 2-foot landing. It didn't look that damaging, if you ask me. And then apparently, was it DJ Marshmallow ended up becoming 24/7 champion when Otis knocked a bucket of chocolate into him, or no, it was like into Carmella or something like that, and he somehow rolled her up and got the 1, 2, 3 to become champion backstage, and then Carmella won it back.
Because they showed that.
Yeah.
They showed Marshmallow winning it, and then said, check out, I don't know, WWE social media, whatever, to see who won it back from him.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. I assume it's Carmella, but I'm not gonna look it up.
Yeah, if you can't tell us who won it, then why should I care?
It was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, should have been Lesnar.
Well, if it was, I think I'd care about the same as I do with it being Carmella.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was where
It just doesn't
Austin was
matter.
on the show. Maybe Austin and Sting and Undertaker beat the shit out of Marshmallow Man on YouTube.
Maybe.
Possibly. Yeah, that's when I'm just going off my notes. This is when I had to go eat. But then next was Kevin Owens and the ladder match with Shane McMahon. Loser is terminated from WWE. So much for those lasers for Shane McMahon's entrance. So, I mean, that's probably just going to be a one-off now, obviously. Because Kevin Owens won, but, like, Shane did, like, the elbow drop from in the ring onto the announce table onto Owens, and then immediately afterwards they took a commercial break, which was probably the worst time to throw in a commercial, and not even like a side by side. where they have the ad playing and then the action's in like a smaller
Yeah.
box and whatnot.
I think they struggled with the commercials all the way through it just because they were trying to cram so much in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, even
cool.
like what was it? They had it where Braun was coming out to the ring, and everyone else in the match was already all in the ring.
Yeah, it was a random 8-person tag too.
Mm.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah, so Owens won that.
Doesn't matter. The lasers are changing the intro as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you're not going to see him again. He's fired.
Well, I was going to say Undertaker was on it and Austin, so I'm presuming they're all in the draft.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Yeah, well, maybe they can
Was
get
Austin there? I didn't see Austin.
Yeah, the other thing I wasn't a fan of was how the crowd, at times when they were doing like holy shits or whatever and saying stuff, like they would just mute the crowd mic,
Mm.
which I was not a fan of, like whatsoever. Yeah, so Strowman had the 8-person tag, and that's when he challenged Tyson Fury to be like, "You don't want any of these hands," stuff like that.
That was an awkward one as well. It seemed like someone was out of position or something because he was just stood there for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like by the
While
Not
Fury
as
didn't
long.
really know what to do. He just stood
Yeah.
there.
He weren't stood there though as long as Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, when he was trying to get Lana to come out. Yeah, and like Tyson like hopped the rail, and then like security was immediately on him, like immediately all over him.
Yeah. They were a bit quick on.
Then we had the lumberjack match afterwards, and yeah, I don't really remember too much of it. Brian was on commentary for a good portion of it, and then I think that's when they announced that they're going to have like Brian and Roman go up against Rowan and Harper this Sunday. So I didn't see who won. I don't think it matters all that much.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Roman beat Rowan, so that's only the second time in about 3 years that Eric
great.
Rowan's been pinned.
Oh, great. Lovely.
Yeah.
Terrific. And then,
speaking of Rowan and Harper, though, two guys who have recently got their names back.
Yeah.
Someone else has also got their first name back. I don't know if you've seen this recently. House show picture of Mustafa Ali.
damn fucking about time.
Yeah.
About fucking time. Here, let's see if I can throw that on the stream here. Look at this.
Did you say that was from a house show?
That's probably not a house show, is it?
No, that looks like.
That looks a bit lit up for a house show.
No, that looks like the dark match before SmackDown went live. Because if you look on the bottom right with all the lights there, I think that's where Renee and Booker were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have.
Yeah, probably right.
I don't have my telestrator ready, but yeah, I think that's the dark match. Quite possibly. So there you go. That's great. I'm glad he got his first name back. They just never should have gotten rid of it.
What are they calling them on the website?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, good question.
So, bear with me.
That's the end all be all. Like, what are they calling him on the website?
That's what's gonna tell. What is he on Twitter?
I can't see Ali. So.
No, it's just Ali on there
Oh yeah.
for now.
Right down here.
Speaking of the websites, slight change. Someone noticed that the cruiserweight title is now being shown as the NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Really?
Really?
Can you link me that?
I can. 1 second.
Please, please.
I appreciated you showing us the running route then on.
Thank you. It took me a little bit. But yeah,
There you go.
that happened.
And it's not. It's actually listed on the NXT champions as well. That's actually the wrong link, but you can see it is on there.
Let's see here.
I'll get you the proper one.
Oh, look at this. All right. Okay. Well, If I can find, hold on. There we are.
There's a better one.
Okay, NXT Cruiserweight Championship.
Huh.
So if you look, yeah, it's incredible. So if you look like right around here, this is where they inserted the NXT branding in front of the Cruiserweight Championship title. Right there. And then the time held 104 days by none other than Drew Gulak, of all people.
Right, there's something here that Smoot's not going to understand, right?
Uh-huh.
But he's doing a fucking fantastic impression of Jamie Redknapp here.
I was
You're
going to say
right.
Andy Gray.
You're right. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Well, basically, Jamie Redknapp did one about
Corner flag.
a corner flag in football. And he just went, and there's the corner flag, and it was just right in front of you, and he drew a fucking circle around it.
You see the championship that he's currently holding, called the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. There you go. Anyway,
Who's that guy on the right?
that's
TJP, isn't it?
TJ Perkins.
Yeah.
Something
Why is he on there?
Isn't he in TNA again?
Is he?
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Whatever it's called today.
Yeah, Impact, I believe.
Oh. I might be wrong. I don't know. I've just never seen it for ages on WWE. But then again, I don't watch 205 Live, so
I'm gonna
probably never will again.
I'm gonna break this as a story on. I'm gonna try to get people to tune in or whatever. Just be like, breaking. This is now called the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. So anyway, so yeah, that happened on SmackDown, and then as we just mentioned with the main event, Kofi losing in like 5 seconds to Brock Lesnar, where Lesnar became the new WWE champion, and Cain Velasquez came out and is, I guess, impersonating Rey Mysterio's long lost son now.
I thought that were Dominic.
Yeah, just playing the part of Dominic is Cain Velasquez.
Now, it's been ages since I've seen Cain Velasquez in UFC, but I don't think he should have took his shirt off.
Yeah, because when he came out, my mother was like, "Who's that supposed to be?" I was like, "That's Cain Velasquez, someone Lesnar never beat in MMA." And she was like, "Well, he looks awfully flabby and out of shape."
Well, that was it. Like the commentary, they're going on like, "Oh, this man's a killer." Like he
doesn't look like one. Like,
and you just looked
Brock
at him and you
Lesnar
thought,
is scared of him.
he looks like he's got his head caught in a vice.
Yeah.
What?
For a few seconds, I did think it was Batista. But then I realised it wasn't.
Yeah.
Good God, Batista's let himself go.
Yeah. Like from like a very far perspective, I could have seen like a Batista, but like as soon as they got up close, I was like, "Oh, that's not Batista.
That's got to be Kane.
That's gotta be Kane." Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is Cain Velasquez should have grabbed the microphone and then gone, "Have I got your attention now? Huh?"
Yeah, should have done that. You're right. I forgot about that.
I love that moment.
So yeah, that was the SmackDown on Fox premiere. I was okay with it up until the end. I don't think they should have jobbed out Kofi like that. I have zero cares in the world about Kane versus Brock, if you ask me. And I definitely.
Do you not think though, if it wasn't for those two moments, it was a pretty standard SmackDown.
I mean,
I don't know, The Rock.
I wouldn't call it. Yeah, I wouldn't. I thought it was a decent show, but yeah, it had the main talking points, like because they was ultimately they were the surprises, weren't they? Tyson Fury and Cain Velasquez, but
So is that what they meant when we had all these rumors that Fox wanted it to be a sports show? Does that just mean we get boxers and MMA fighters
God,
involved?
I hope not. God, I hope not.
yeah, Fox executives looked at it and went, "Your champion's a man that throws pancakes around. This needs to end right now.
That's not sport.
Who's your legitimate sportsman? Lesnar, right, make him win."
That's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if any of that is like close to the truth, you know? Because apparently the execs were like front row and they were like confused by the Firefly Funhouse segment. So, you know.
To be fair, if you've not been watching it, then yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because even like when it first started when we first got the buzzard thing jumping out of a box at the beginning, everyone was like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be kind of confusing.
Yeah.
True.
So yeah, it's been a nice slow burn that they've done fantastically with until probably this Sunday.
Yeah.
Until he turns into a hologram. And then gets slapped by Cain Velasquez.
No, don't do that.
God, no.
He just cuts a promo going, "What the fuck is this clown with a mask on?"
Just kill the best thing they've got.
Yeah.
So that would be a great segue into talking about Hell in a Cell during the prediction game, but we skipped over Raw. Raw had its season debut as well, season premiere.
Yeah.
With a new set that's all sloped, and I can't remember anything that happened other than Bobby Lashley waiting for ages for Lana to show up.
Oh, I remember the beginning because like Brock Lesnar murdered Dominic, and no fucking security was ever to be found. But as soon as Tyson Fury fucking undid his jacket, there was about 17 people around him.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, there was also the Hulk Hogan Ric Flair announcement of Team Hogan versus Team Flair on Miz TV, where it's going to be literal Survivor Series in the Middle East at Crown Jewel.
Literal Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Do you not think they've missed the opportunity to call this event the Greatest Survivor Series?
They should have. They should have called it that. Damn it.
And they should have had a big fucking trophy for the team to win as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then let
bragging rights.
Yeah. Let Ric Flair like fucking do elbow drops and everything on this fucking horrendous yellow and gold fucking cheese trophy at the end of it.
Right. I'm not trying to be funny, but like the Phoenix. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you picked up on that, Chucks.
Yeah, thank you.
But like I was not a fan of Phoenix chanting one more match between Flair and Hogan. Like
they were kind of building it up though, weren't they?
Yeah.
They wanted you to think that.
I'm sorry, but did anyone else not just have big concerns over Ric Flair in general?
Yeah, well, and Hogan too.
Well, I mean, Hogan, Miz as well. God bless him. He's like, Vince is like begging him, like, you've just got to try and make this work. Just try and keep Rick under control. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? He's like, 1 minute he's fucking like wants to start a fight, then he's fucking acting like it's a joke, then he wants to kill him again.
Yeah.
Ripping his jacket off, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna keel over.
Yeah, definitely.
Hogan said, like, you were in this ring, you are the greatest of all time. And Flair said, yeah, in this ring, you can't lace my boots or whatever. And then Hogan got offended by it. Like, these guys are both losing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
And also the fact that, here comes Hulk Hogan with Jimmy Hart. Please do not boo Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there was an interview. I don't know if you saw it. It was actually on Sky Sports. Triple H hyping the SmackDown stuff, and the guy who's interviewing him was asking about CM Punk coming back, and he gave the usual, never say never answer. And he brought up, he said, people are always coming back. Last night we had Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, and everyone's chatting about my match, and he just stops and he goes, "Trust me, nobody wants to see that."
Fucking Barry.
And he's Ric Flair's biggest fan.
Yeah.
Even I don't want to see that.
But, like, he's not wrong. That's the thing. He's not wrong at all.
Yeah.
The scary thing is if someone put a contract in front of Rick for a wrestling match,
Oh,
he'd
he'd
fucking
take it,
sign
yeah.
it. He would fucking be in there.
He would sign it. Considering, like,
And they are about to go to Saudi Arabia. I mean,
Yeah.
Undertaker shouldn't be wrestling Goldberg or whatever.
I'm
the-
sure he wants to die in the ring, Rick. I'm telling you.
I mean, considering he was trying to take the WWE to court not too long ago over the trademark of the Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
probably.
but to be honest, he's insane. He probably doesn't even remember yesterday.
You're probably right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, judging from all the other stuff here, it looked like just a standard show, despite it being a season premiere. Viking Raiders defeated the OC, Ricochet defeated Cesaro, Lacey Evans defeated Natalya. Like, it's a rerun.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The only, like I said, the upside was just basically The Fiend going after Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley and Lana. Which you kind of felt bad for Rusev, but,
What the hell are they doing? I mean, like, weren't there a big thing as well about them, like, really being against ever doing this kind of storyline?
Who?
Yeah.
Rusev and Lana themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, they should be. It never ends well.
It never ends well. And especially seeing as Lana looked like she really was enjoying that. Like, you could see Rusev's face think, all right, why are you doing it a second time? You've already done the piece for TV.
yeah.
Now you're just trying to piss me off.
And Lashley's also I assume, a happily married man himself,
Yeah.
Let's try not to bury the lead on that.
Reminded me of this tweet here from good old Lance Storm.
Let me throw this up on the stream here. Saying, Randy Savage gave me advice once about working angle with wife. Quote, I did angle with my wife one time, and I ain't got no wife no more. Well said.
I'm surprised that apparently now Heyman's in full control of Raw. I'm surprised I'm doing this kind of thing.
You're surprised that Heyman would do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'd be. I know in the past he's done crazy shit. Don't get me wrong.
Sex sells.
I suppose so. I just think he kind of knows more about how the business works now, and I thought he might be a bit more wrestling focused, but maybe not.
That's Heyman's thing.
Oh yeah, I know it was. I just thought he might be a bit more clued up now. Clearly
To
not.
be fair, though, I mean, even like when, like the first week when Heyman took over and they did all that thing about, Strowman and Lashley going through the stage and all that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There's been very strong Paul Heyman kind of ECW-esque hints of stories going on, aren't there? That, like you say, it isn't exactly what you would expect today, but it's kind of like his playbook, I suppose.
Sure, yeah.
And that's what he's there for. You don't want it to be the same as it's always been. That's why things are so bad.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I want to know why it took Lana so long to come out.
Build up suspense. maybe make you think it was what's his name? Hey Bobby, that guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Aiden English or something.
Oh God, no.
But thinking about it, maybe he was right.
What do you mean?
Remember that whole thing Aiden English tried to say that Lana was cheating on Rusev?
Oh yeah.
Well, now suddenly it doesn't seem so far-fetched. Maybe
You're right.
she was really trying on with him.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Chucks is just doing the Miz thing now with Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan said deal and turn around. I told you he was a knob.
I completely completely forgot about the Aiden English angle. And all
Yeah.
that. You're right. It should have been him. And then Lashley could have smooched him or whatever.
What?
I don't know.
They could get married and be called Bobby English.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great NXT name. Here we have Bobby English going to the top rope. Anyway,
Aiden Lashley.
Aiden Lashley. So you guys watch SmackDown live in your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah.
I watched it this morning.
This morning, okay. I was gonna say if you watched it live, then you'd probably, didn't have to wait on a 4-day delay like AEW.
There's improvements on that actually.
Really?
Yeah, they've
About damn time.
they've reconsidered slightly. We're still not getting it live. Still shit. But,
What's that? Saturdays at 10 a.m. now? Or what?
They're putting it on the on demand. It's called the ITV Hub. They're putting it on there on a Thursday night from 5:00. So it's technically only a day late.
Now, I wonder whether that was why, because I downloaded it through my Skybox, and it came up and it said aired at something like 5:20. And I'm like, well, this is going to be like edited to crap, innit? And then I'm watching it, and obviously, like people beating the shit out of each other with your chair. And I'm just like, was this actually on it for 5:20? So I'm presuming that might have just been the time it went on, like you said, for being able to download.
Yeah, it wasn't actually on TV at all.
There was a bit of a fuss about because some people couldn't download it or something, and some people did. It was in terrible quality or something, but I was fine when I downloaded it. It's actually going to be aired on TV, which again is better than what the original deal was. Fridays at 11. Which actually works out quite well if you're going to stay up and watch SmackDown, because you finish it just before SmackDown starts.
There you go.
So
why not put it on live?
Well,
it's not like they've got anything else more important on ITV4 at 1 a.m. on like a Thursday morning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like the Sweeney.
That's probably what it's on.
I know, that's quite frightening, actually, isn't it?
I just like out of context Beans just saying, I do like the Sweeney. It's great. But did you guys catch AEW Dynamite?
Yeah.
I did. I had it by some means the next day.
Legality?
The legality is, I mean, of all the laws, it definitely followed some.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. It's fine.
I for AEW I had to I used the Watch TNT app or whatever, and since there's cable in the house, I mean it was free and whatnot, so I was just watching online, and its online streaming service is way better than the WWE Network when it comes to like going forward and backwards and whatnot. I mean, there's only like about a 5-10 minute buffer.
Yeah.
That's probably like my only gripe, but the fact that I can just go and rewind back to like a minute and not have to wait for it to situate or think about it is absolutely great. That being said, it was pretty great. It was for their debut show. I thought it was pretty remarkable. I'm not sure if there's anything you guys want to really mention about it. I just figured we should. Your fanboy, Chucks, the guy in the green sweater with the smiley face on it was in the front row.
He wasn't right in the middle. He was 2 or 3 chairs over to the left, but he made it. He was there.
He was there.
That did piss me off.
Why?
Because I just thought, because it's that thing that we were saying about everything just feels the same, like with WWE. And I'm like watching AEW, and then that bastard sat at the front, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's fuck's sake! And like for a split second, I feel like I'm watching mundane WWE from 3 months ago now.
I didn't like how what's his name, Tony
Schiavone?
First thing he said, this is the first time we've been on TNT for how many years. It's like he just won't let WCW go.
Yeah.
Just kept on every chance he got. He kept mentioning how long it had been since he'd been on TV.
I'm gonna say he also said he didn't say WCW at that point. He said pro wrestling, and didn't Raw used to be on TNT at some point?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
What?
Really? Oh, yeah.
No, it's on TNN.
Yeah,
TNN, that's it. So,
right. Sorry.
Yeah.
But he kept saying we. This is the first time we've been on since 2001. It's like, this isn't WCW, mate. Chill out.
Yeah. Because I thought maybe he was talking about like him and JR together, but no, JR was doing Raw at that point.
Yeah.
So that's not what that was. They also said that they were talking about the matches from Nitro. The first match on Nitro was like Liger and Pillman or something. Then JR said, "Yeah, we also had that match in WCW." Wait a minute, what? I guess makes sense in its own way, but it just took a second. Like, what? Nitro was WCW.
Yeah. I know there's one point where Tony was like, "I want to see Brandon Cutler shut this little prick's mouth," and then JR was like, "Yeah, Tony, TV 14." Came off a little condescending, not gonna lie.
JR's he's done it for a while now, since AEW started, really, but he does this thing where he just comes off as not interested.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anything.
It's clearly not his wrestling.
No. But yeah,
Also,
it can be quite funny to listen to, actually, but just as complete non...
Sorry,
go on.
No, I was just going to say there was a moment as well when I think they were going to go to the women's championship match, and JR had a sheet of paper in front of him that he was holding, and he just it was his body language as if to suggest I have no idea what this is. So Excalibur, what's happening with this women's match? It was just a bit I don't know. It came across really like I don't give a shit about this bit. Go on, you do it.
He doesn't. Generally doesn't care anymore.
Also, what did you guys think of the turnbuckle cam? By the way,
that was alright.
Yeah,
I only saw it the once, I think.
Yeah, they only showed the one.
Yeah, when Cutler was going into the ring post there. Which honestly, I was like, hey, it's better than where WWE had it, and some asswipe was trying to argue with me about it, so. Which honestly, I liked where AEW placed it. It's better than just getting a shot of Kane's back, for example. In the corner.
Yeah, that was such
Is that his back?
Yeah, right there on the screen.
Oh, right. So when you had it minimized and it was like half a picture, I thought it was Kurt Angle's head.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can see that.
Look how tiny Charles Robinson looks there.
Yeah.
I would have kind of liked it if the camera was on the next turnbuckle up, or kind of above the middle one instead of below it, so you could actually see the guy flying right at you.
Oh yeah.
That kind of would have been cool.
Ooh.
That's different.
Yeah. Seems pretty cool. Kevin Smith was in the front row.
Oh, this was the thing I was going to bring up when you mentioned Tyson Fury and his security. I thought, oh yeah, and there was that weird thing where Private Party just came down and then walked off again. But no, that was here. That was on this show. They were in exactly the same place, the same angle.
Yeah.
So Jay and Silent Bob were there.
Yeah.
And Jay said something about you're not even good enough to win a match. Oh, he went there. That was lame. It was not a good burn at all. And then the Private Party just walk out and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
That was a really weird segment there.
Clearly, Kevin Smith should have jumped the rail and challenged somebody. And been
Kevin Smith, I mean, I know he's had a lot of health issues, hasn't he, with his But God, it's so much weight loss compared with what he used to be like.
Yeah.
But you know, when you look at someone, you think it doesn't look healthy weight loss. If you know what I mean.
I think it's because he's still wearing like a huge jacket there.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Yeah.
It looks like he's shrunk in like the last 5 minutes since he left the house.
It looks like he's Tom Hanks in Big.
Also, when Jack Evans came out, it just looked like another Jason Mewes.
Yeah.
This guy's just arguing with himself here.
That was great. What was it? Nyla Rose went up against Riho, the 98-pounder that JR kept harping about. Like, we're not making fun of her. It's just stats. It's data. Like, all right, JR, calm down.
Next time you pour some barbecue sauce on your on your wonderful, seared steak off your barbecue, just say it's just data.
Yeah. The main event was like a 6-man tag with Kenny Omega and the Bucks, the Elite, going up against the bad guys, where at one point Ambrose came out and took Omega out of the match, and they were brawling towards the back. A mop was involved, and somehow all of this was not a DQ, by the way, during the match, and Ambrose put Kenny Omega through a glass table. And then
right on his head.
Yeah, right on his head. And then back in the ring, Jericho had a wiener thrown at him.
Jesus.
Which was captured during the commercial break. That is not a euphemism. As much as I wanted
I didn't even know that this had happened. I didn't.
Here, I can throw it here. There you go. It was great because, like, during the commercial break, he grabbed a mic and was like, "Who throws a wiener during a wrestling match?"
Surprised there's not more often, actually.
I mean, if they're trying to be WCW or whatever,
yeah,
why not, bring back the whole fans throwing trash into the ring for the NWO? Nowadays, I think it'd be
God, it's a half-eaten wiener as well.
You're not going to throw a whole one, are you?
No, that'd be silly.
Oh, he squeezed it. What the fuck is wrong with him? Oh, that was just gross.
Yeah. And then Jake Hager at the end was the big surprise for the show. So, the former
Lex Luger. How gutted it wasn't Lex Luger.
There you go.
It kind of worked. People seem to react to him, but I was expecting something more like CM Punk, like an actual. Yeah, I don't know, Jack Swagger.
We the people.
We the people, yeah.
We the people.
I'm all for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Zeb Coulter, Dutch Mantel, as like his manager. That'd be great. And just do the same routine that they did in WWE. I'd be okay with it.
He was still doing the We the People thing when he was doing MMA.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few times when he was doing when they were introducing him, he'd do the little hand to the heart and shout "We the People."
We the people.
Yeah, but he was also shouting into the crowd about how he had a fucking erection as well.
Yeah, that's right. I got a boner.
That's a McLovin line.
Yeah.
Got a boner.
All right. So yeah, and also AEW beat out NXT in the ratings. So there you go.
Yeah, apparently so.
For quite a long way. Wasn't it like 1.4 million or something? Like, quite impressive.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how, if AEW can actually keep that number going. But, like, overall, the show's pretty good.
You've got to think, though, a lot of that's going to be people turning over for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they can hold that, then great. But
I thought it was quite wrestling-y. there wasn't a lot of, I don't know, not much reason to tune in again, if you know what I mean. There wasn't any like big hook.
Jack Swagger.
Got Jack Swagger now, and
I think that the AEW's been like that though since the off, really.
Kinda, but
There's
they had done a really good job of setting up matches for down the line. Everyone seemed to, or at least the big stars, seemed to have like 2 matches set up. So you knew that Kenny Omega had, who did he have on the second show?
He was supposed to have Moxley, but he got packed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that was on the 4th show.
Oh,
But,
sorry.
Yeah, he had like the
yeah.
Moxley thing set up after the first one, but he also had a match in the middle. It's like he had lots of other stuff. Oh, he did the 6-man, didn't he? So yeah, there's all stuff. Cody had. You knew that he was going to do something with Shawn Spears at some point, but he also had the tag with Dustin. So they've done quite a good job of like giving us ideas of what to expect in the future. But now you've got TV, and we're tuning in every week, and I just don't see any storyline.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, and like part of that, they also don't do like, let's toss it to the back where the cameraman's like the fourth wall and all this stuff, and they like, listen in and all that, which I'm okay for, but like not having that is kind of hard to. Pretty much what you pointed out, Chuck, is it's hard to build and develop a good story.
Right, and all of the matches do seem a bit high spotty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're going to do 2 hours of this, and on pay-per-views, I guess is what you expect. But is everything just going to be like this all the time?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, if it is, how many people are going to still tune in because of it, or not, or what happens?
Probably quite a few. I don't know. I hope it's a big success, but I'd like more of the soap opera stuff, because as great as the wrestling is, and that is essentially what it's all about. I can watch sport for sport. I want this one because there's more to it than just a normal sport.
Right.
And yeah, so far, not happening.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I didn't watch NXT though. I totally missed NXT. I hear it was quite good, quite similar. A lot of wrestling.
I didn't see it all, but yeah, I knew what come out of it.
Apparently, Balor is back to NXT as well.
Yeah,
that was like the main thing.
Yeah, he's now NXT for good. So
he's got to be the happiest guy in that company, making main roster money on NXT.
Like, have you seen him smile? Like, he's definitely happy.
Well, he's been smiling the whole time. That's
exactly.
his gimmick.
Yeah.
He's smiling for Balor.
Apparently, there's a rumor he's not going to be the only one though. I read earlier on that the OC apparently could be heading to NXT.
The whole OC?
Yeah, not Styles.
AJ and...
Yeah, just
I don't know about that. Let's see how they handle Gallows and Anderson, and then it would be like, all right, yeah, I agree with that. Because then, I mean, they just formed the whole OC thing,
Maybe if they want to give Gallows and Anderson to Finn Balor, they could do that. But Styles is in the SmackDown Open now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see Styles going. I can see the other two going though.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, how many people are going to still be in the SmackDown Open after the draft?
They must have another version ready.
So I was thinking, how easy is it going to be to take those guys out and just put some others in?
Right?
Because there's guys who are currently Raw guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the plan is there.
It was pretty much the entire roster, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Just
I think
the main guys. Yeah.
Seth was in there.
Seth was definitely in there.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't surprise me if you already got one made up. Surely they must know who's going where by now. Then again, it's WWE, maybe not.
I mean, you'd think.
To be honest,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, because of the style of the opening as well, where they all have their own separate kind of things, it must be easy to kind of swap and change them as they need to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, it is WWE. You would think they would announce at least more than 4 matches for a pay-per-view, but yet here we are.
Well, this is it. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, but maybe the pay-per-view's like literally going to be 2 hours long, and it'll be 4 matches, which I'd be well down for.
If that's the case, my fucking ass is cooked, because there's no way I'm catching up with 4 matches.
They just open it with Michael Cole saying it's been a busy week.
Yeah.
You've watched a Raw, you've watched a Wednesday Night War, you've watched a SmackDown. We're just gonna do a quick one for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they'll do that thing like they did with Vince, where he'll just do a dry open to the show, and he'll be like, "We here in WWE are aware that we've been the cause of many deaths in the world due to boredom and amounts of TV. And as a new direction and listening to our fan base, we've decided to give you a show tonight, which is an hour and a half long. And if Bray Wyatt wins, it may only just be an hour."
I will bet you any money that it doesn't open with Vince accepting responsibility for many deaths.
No, yeah. I think you might be on something there.
Yeah. Something tells me that's not the direction that Hell in a Cell's going to go in.
Welcome to Hell in a Cell.
God.
So if we carry on doing this, might be where I'm going.
Should we get into the prediction game, by the way?
It's not going to take long. Let's just run through.
Yeah.
I think we better before Beans kills off Vince.
Yeah.
So this is the smallest pay-per-view, I think, since December to Dismember.
I was just going to say that, because that thing only had the 1 match, didn't it?
2. It had 2 matches.
Two. And it still went on for fucking 3 hours.
Yeah, there was a lot of filler on that show.
With a load of shite that wouldn't even go onto a bloody main event or bottom line or whatever it's called.
No. It had Stevie Richards on it. Mike knocked it. Let's see what this is. Dismembered. We had, this is 13 years ago.
Oh my god, 13 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to fucking tapings in England for the week before it. Oh, Jesus.
The dark match was Stevie Richards beating Rene Dupree.
Time unknown.
Time unknown. They had announced the Hardys and Eminem.
Because no one was there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was on Heat. I'm sure I saw that.
Maybe.
No, non-televised match. I don't know why I thought I saw that. Anyway, Hardys beat Eminem. That was a great match. I was happy with that one. Balls Mahoney beat Matt Stryker. Elijah Burke. Wow, man, Elijah Burke. D'Angelo De Niro. He never got to where he should have. And Sylvester Terkay beating Little Guido and Daivari beat Tommy Dreamer. Ariel and Kevin Thorne beat Kelly Kelly and Mike Knox. And then the Extreme Elimination Chamber. Lashley breaking the chains with a wooden table. That was a disaster.
That it was.
And then 2 weeks later, they had another pay-per-view, if I remember right. So, fingers crossed we get better than that on Sunday. No guarantees.
Oh, come on. That's like well known to be the worst pay-per-view ever to exist. It can't be that bad.
Worse than Beware of Dog? Which is the one where that's the one where the lights went out, right?
Yeah. No, because I mean that had Austin and Savio Vega, and I mean, you know, it was a half decent match.
Hardys and Eminem had a great match. It's all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's no way that this can be that bad, even with just these 4 matches.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Let's start out with non-title. We've got a tag match here. Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns teaming up to take on the Bludgeon Brothers.
Did they actually call them the Bludgeon Brothers yet?
No, they're not called the Bludgeon Brothers. But we all know they are the Bludgeon Brothers.
I think they will do eventually.
Yeah, they're going to go back to that. Get their hammers out.
I mean,
Yeah.
they technically killed off Tom Phillips, who returned like the week after, but like.
He's gone to NXT UK.
Really?
Yeah, he showed up on Night Before Last.
Huh.
God, they really
What are they doing
shooting
with Byron Saxton now?
The less possible.
Wow.
Oh God, that's just cruel. If there was ever a time that I was going to say that Saxton deserves a bit better, it's right now. I think he's been doing quite good.
Yeah. You keep thinking that.
Wow.
Will is not a fan.
He was terrible.
No, I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, he's not great, but I didn't think that he deserved to disappear off the face of the planet. A bit like Renee Young.
Well, she was on the blue
Yeah.
carpet pre-show.
Oh,
She
but
was
we
the-
don't get.
Yeah, the one you didn't get. Sorry.
She did interview Velasquez after it was on YouTube as well. She's still there. But
What did he say?
I don't know.
I
gonna
might
kill
look
Rock,
fat,
so-
but I kill him.
Something like that, yeah.
God.
Words to that effect.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bludgeon Brothers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Bludgeons as well.
I'm gonna go Brian and Reigns.
Really?
Whoa.
Alright. I love that the one time we get Beans here live, WWE fails to like provide like decent matches for a fucking review.
It's because he's cheating.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Also, Beans, I think you owe me like 5 points because you wanted to give up 5 points for the King of the Ring prediction.
Oh yeah, sure.
Have you still got them?
Yeah, yeah.
How?
I called
He
it
did get it all
flawlessly.
right, he did.
Yeah.
It wasn't the. You didn't get the entire thing right, did you?
He did.
Other than that dodgy draw,
Well,
he did
yeah.
get every single one. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake! And
Yeah.
I said that was the worst booking I've ever seen in my life,
Yeah.
and I stand by that.
You're not wrong, but like I called it.
Yeah, you did.
This is why I need to like make that clip or whatever.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Yeah, it was all right. I think.
I mean, that
I think
draw
King
was-
Corbin's doing okay.
That draw was well. I mean, not now that I got buried by the Rock.
Well,
All CD.
Could be a blessing in disguise. That.
We'll see.
I don't think it's going to catch on. I think most people, including Rock himself, has more faith in the Rock's catchphrases than they should.
Oh no, the catchphrase won't catch on, but just for the fact that he's put him with the Rock, I think it'll do him the world of good.
I've got to say, it doesn't do any harm
Unlike
getting
most
battered by the Rock.
unlike most STDs, it's not going to catch on.
Hey,
I like that.
his adequate balls line was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
adequate. Why did he say adequate? They're perfectly adequate. Not huge. Like he wasn't going to brag. It's just like they're adequate.
Yeah.
Modest. Yeah.
That's a good line. I like that. Yeah, I've got Ronan Harper winning as well. I think Brian is going to turn on Reigns and they're going to do the Horseman beatdown.
Ah, that'd be great.
Wouldn't it? That's exactly how they're supposed to go. I just didn't really believe Brian as a face. There was not much to him. He just said some things. Didn't really put himself
Well-
over as a face.
Yeah, he's still not playing it, is he? Because I mean,
Yeah. I don't think it's going to stick.
it did make me wonder.
I mean, there was also 0 bear hugs in that match from what I saw.
No bear hugs.
Mm.
Okay, so that's everyone. How about the SmackDown Women match? This is Bayley versus Charlotte again. No extra.
I didn't even know this was happening.
Yeah.
And join the club.
The original club?
No.
The only club?
No.
Only club that matters.
No.
Oh, you mean Orange County?
Alright, well played. I like that. Yeah. I think Charlotte wins here. This is not in the cell, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, Charlotte. To become like a 9-time champion or whatever.
Speaking of which, did you see when Ric Flair came out? They had him listed as the
Yeah.
17-time champion.
Oh yeah.
What was that about?
Miz even introduced him as a 16-time champ.
Yeah. I thought
Well, that's the number they've used forever.
Yeah.
I literally
Gonna
thought
say Cena fell off his chair when he saw that.
Oh God, I've got to come back again.
I literally thought I entered like a Mandela effect when I saw that.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. Isn't it 16?
Did he just win the 24/7 championship?
Right?
And is it a world title now?
Maybe it is.
Maybe that's why they gave him the jobber entrance for Flair, so they didn't fucking have that graphic showing. Piss everybody off. Anyway, go ahead, sorry.
Which one are we doing? Bayley?
Bayley, Charlotte.
I'll go Bayley.
Bayley to retain.
This. Hang on, isn't Bayley's officially smacked? Yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm getting mixed up. Yeah. Bayley to win.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Bailey as well.
Chucks?
Bayley 2.
God damn it.
But it's a difficult one. I think Bayley has to have it, but she escaped with it last time, and it kind of feels like it's Charlotte's time. But I think coming out of it, you need to have Bayley and Sasha as champions, because they're the heels and they're the tag team. Yeah. So that's my prediction for the next one. Raw Women in the Hell in a Cell. I've got Sasha beating Becky.
I'm the same.
Really?
Well, I thought she was going to win it at the last one, I think.
Yeah, me too. And she did, actually. She won by DQ.
As my mom calls her, Sasha Skanks, which is great. I didn't think of that.
I noticed there's a two-man booth on SmackDown now, so I don't know if your mum wants to join as like the third one. She's been more entertaining than either Cole or Graves.
I've just got this image now of like when Corey Graves does that like disgusted look to Saxton that he normally does, but doing it to your mum. when she calls us Sasha Skanks.
Oh my god.
You can't say that!
That'd be great.
I'm gonna go Becky, just to be awkward.
To be
So
awkward. Oh man, I don't know. I think did Sasha win the other one with Charlotte back in like 2016?
It was 3 years ago. She when I had this up. I think she didn't. Let's see this. No, Charlotte beat Sasha in the main event
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Because they recently said that Sasha had competed in Hell in a Cell,
Right.
which means she didn't win.
I'll go. Oh. This is weird. Because, like, the video game still hasn't come out. I'll go with Becky for right now.
Yeah.
I'll go with Becky.
Isn't it funny that Charlotte and Sasha Banks were in Hell in a Cell 3 years ago, and now they are in both title matches this year as well? It shows how much we've moved on.
Yeah.
Charlotte's been in, I think both other SmackDown title matches as well, 2017 and 18. Nothing changes. I had 4 women on top the whole time.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why she's like a 9-time champion or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, and then the main event, Hell in a Cell Universal Championship. Seth Rollins is defending against The Fiend.
I'm going Wyatt.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
going.
think I am too.
I'm going with Bray Wyatt. Probably by hologram, but I'm not officially predicting that for the game.
It's a good job that there is only 4 matches, so you can write that down as a prediction on that sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got The Fiend as well. It seems kind of weird to take it off Rollins again so soon, but you can't beat The Fiend in his second match.
Oh, they could.
Well, they could, but that's...
That'd be
No, they
awful.
can't.
That would be awful.
It would be so bad.
Is there any chance that they do some kind of screwy finish?
Oh yeah, holograms.
Of course. But it's Hell in a Cell, so how screwy can you go?
Holograms.
Holograms.
Oh, we already
saying
know
that.
Exploding monitors.
We already know that Cain Velasquez could slap him.
Sure, yeah. You can just be under the mat.
R-Truth could come out from under the ring dressed as Rambling Rabbit.
Oh my god.
Maybe that's how old WWE shows end now. Former UFC fighters come out and start beating people up.
What's Chuck Liddell doing in the WWE zone? God.
Next week's main event on Fox, Randy Couture.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they go through the entire UFC roster and we still fucking don't get CM Punk.
Oh man. I just assume they're gonna like maybe announce some more matches on the pre-show. Like they kind of have to.
Yeah, they've got to. I mean,
There's got to be some. I'd imagine something like Styles and Cedric have another bleeding
Yeah.
US title.
I would say AJ wins that. Again.
I think Cedric will win it if they have it.
Cedric gets more than like 0 offense in, and then AJ still somehow wins. I think. In my opinion, if I had to predict that. But there you go. That's
What about
That's it.
maybe Austin will come out and say, "Well, it's great to be here on Fox,"
Why?
and then Undertaker comes out and Sting. It just turns out they got the dates mixed up.
oh, they missed a trick there. The show should have had R-Truth come out and say, welcome to UPN or something.
Oh my god. Oh my god. My lord. Good
No, what's the
lord.
one that Impact was on? That Traveling Network or whatever it is.
The Pursuit
Pursuit.
channel.
Pursuit
Yeah.
Channel.
God.
It would have fit in with the 24/7 thing as well, because there's always a pursuit for the belt.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's it for us. We'll try to have more predictions on tomorrow, I assume.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have like another 5 to do.
Yeah, but there's
Some-
definitely going to be something I don't know.
Keep watching Twitter.
Yeah, keep an eye on the Twitter for sure. That's gonna be it for us. Beans, thank you very much for joining us again.
It's all right. I'm wired now with caffeine.
I'm gonna.
Before we go, you mentioned CM Punk there. Apparently, it's a done deal. He's going to be part of this new backstage show on Fox.
for SmackDown.
But it's a
We
weird
know
one.
that new like Talking Smack show they're doing.
Yeah, it's Renee Young and Booker T.
Was it called
Well-
Backstage? WWE Backstage?
Yeah.
What? So
Start-
it's going to be Renee Young, Booker T, and CM Punk.
I don't know quite what his role's going to be, but apparently he's signed. It's a deal with Fox itself, not WWE.
Wow.
So-
Right. Which actually means that
Wow.
he could also sign with AEW to wrestle.
Yeah. Yeah, someone did.
That'd be
point that out.
great when Vince is in there having a word with Renee and Booker, and CM Punk walks in and goes, "Surprise, fuckers!"
That's crazy.
I mean, it's also nothing's obviously been officially confirmed, but according to the usual places, yeah, he's pretty much good to go. I think it starts in November.
Wow.
Mm.
That would be something as him as a talking head, or even as like a backstage interviewer sort of thing.
Well, part of the reason he's done it because Fox wanted him because he's done UFC stuff, hasn't he?
Right.
UFC coverage. I know he's fought and did terrible, but he's done UFC coverage as well, and the Fox kind of liked him doing that.
Yeah.
So they wanted to do it for WWE.
Hell, have him come out and slap Lesnar around for like a little bit. Have Lesnar.
Oh, can you imagine he's just dead passive aggressive in all of his like things? Oh, look at this footage of like Kofi Kingston landing on his face from that F5. Someone get him a Z-Pack.
Oh man, that'd be great. I want him to be like that now. I want him to do
Just
this.
like completely shitting all over it.
Yes.
Vince is sat there raging.
Oh man.
And apparently Cain Velasquez and Lesnar's going to happen sooner than we think at Crown Jewel.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's probably
Again, it's all rumor.
Saudis are going to sit there and say, "Who's that fat man?"
they're probably like, we want Kane, and they got the wrong one.
Oh, don't tell him it's Batista.
Yeah, there you go. From far away.
Batista's
it's
let himself
Batista.
go.
Why is Cain Velasquez coming out to Batista's music?
Anyway, that's gonna be it for us. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Beans will be here joining us.
I'm hoping so.
I hope so too. It's great to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy Hell in a Cell. Keep an eye on the Twitters for the prediction stuff, and we'll see you then. Take care. Good night.
Bye bye.